Hi, my name is Mindy Goldstein, and this is a story about my son Sammy, the friendship circle, and true love. Sammy is an adorable little 14-year-old boy with bright gold kind of tie-dyed eyes, reddish-brown hair, and the biggest smile that can light up the entire world. His favorite things in the world, besides from the friendship circle, are SpongeBob and Barney. I went into labor in my baby shower. I knew something was very wrong. We rushed to the hospital. Things just happened so incredibly quickly. I have 10 other kids, and after Sammy was born, he wasn't immediately put on my chest. He was rushed away by nurses and doctors, and all of a sudden there was complete silence in the room. When I asked where Sammy was, I was told he was brought to the NICU. There he was giving oxygen. Later he was put on a ventilator. Then they did some blood work and found his kidneys were failing. He was immediately transferred to CHOP, where he spent the next weeks and months of his life. In and out of the hospital, failure to thrive, trying to find answers what was wrong. We finally were able to bring Sammy home, and I knew immediately he needed help to get him as well as he possibly could and to be the best he could possibly be. We later learned he had developmental delays, which encompassed physical disability, intellectual disabilities, learning disabilities, and an inability to walk and talk. And so the services started with the wonderful services Easter Seals provided. We didn't even have to know the day of the week. We knew the day of the week by which mobile services we were getting. Monday was PT, Tuesday was OT, Wednesday was speech, Thursday was the teacher, and Friday on Shabbos was our day of rest. And so that started Sammy's incredible journey. When Sammy turned 3 years old, he was later involved in the formal Easter Seal preschool program. There he was nurtured, loved, taught to walk with some adaptive learning equipment, learned to say a few words, and learned to feed himself. When that adventure was older and Sammy maxed out at the age of 7, he then started his education with life skills and learning experience at Woods in a 24/7 environment where he was loved, cared for, and taught to be the very best he could possibly be. He learned to spell his name, he learned to feed himself, he learned to become potty trained. He was really doing extremely well. I think with the care of both Easter Seals and Woods, Sammy was really in a good place. And then one day came along the friendship circle. Good gets even better. Where the friendship circle didn't teach Sammy to brush his teeth, doesn't teach Sammy to comb his hair, doesn't teach Sammy to cross the street. It just teaches him the true meaning of friendship, caring, and love. At Woods, once a week, for God, must be about 3 years, Sammy had a phenomenal teenage girl that came and visited him, known as Sammy's buddy. Every week, I think it was on a Wednesday, about 4 o'clock, Sammy would peer out the window, knowing that his buddy named Meadow would come. And he waited and waited and waited. When the car pulled up, he took a hand, walked into his little SpongeBob room, and the next 2 hours, he was just transformed to pure happiness.
I would go in, and every time I walked in, he would just get the biggest smile on his face and run up and jump up from wherever he was and come give me a hug, and then grab my arm and race me off to wherever he wanted to, he would usually have me read posters that were all over calendars, or we would go into his room and play some games, or watch some TV, or talk a little, and just play around and have a good time.
It was all about Sammy. They read, they wrote a little bit, they colored, they watched TV, they watched cartoons. And just from my observation, I think as much as Sammy got from Meadow, I think Meadow got just as much from Sammy. You can see this true bond, which was absolutely phenomenal. Meadow was just amazing. I think her family should just be so incredibly proud of her.
I've learned so much from working with Sammy. I always knew I wanted to be a teacher, but after my experiences with Sammy, I decided that I was going to also get a special education degree.
Another thing that the Friendship Circle does is called the Sunday Circle. Once a month, Sammy, Meadow, and all the other children and their buddies go to visit the Glacier Jewish Center, and there they have a variety of activities. They bake challah on Shabbat, they make oil for the menorah, or light the menorah, they eat Human Tashin on Purim, and just have a good, fun, wonderful bonding time. The Friendship Circle cultivates the year's end with something called the Friendship Walk. Here at the Philadelphia Zoo, the buddies are recognized for all the wonderful things they do for the disabled children. We have a wonderful picnic, and we have walked through the zoo with entertainment and events. Now this walk is great. They have all these different lines, and each line gets a different color. Sammy's always the line leader, and Sammy's color is yellow, I guess because he likes SpongeBob so much. For weeks before this walk, we tell Sammy about it, and he's just so incredibly, incredibly excited. You can just kind of feel the excitement in the air. Well, unfortunately, last May, the day before the Friendship Walk, Sammy got very, very sick with a urinary tract infection. He was rushed to Children's Hospital, where there was talk about putting him in the ICU. He was desperately, desperately ill, had 104 fever. We just sat around his bed, said our prayers, feeling horrible that Sammy was so ill, but also feeling awful that he missed his favorite day of the whole entire year. It was probably about 4 o'clock, and I knew that the walk was over, and figuring that was that, then about an hour later, his hospital door cracked open. And I thought, oh my God, it's another doctor or nurse. What do they want now? More bloods, more labs, more temps? But it was Rabbi Shem Tov. I shook Sammy. I said, hey, Sammy, the rabbi is here. He opens his little eye and then shut it. And then the rabbi walked completely in, hung up one of the friendship shirts the kids used to walk, this bright yellow shirt. And there it was, the smile across Sammy's face. And then I knew this is what it's all about. It's just love, love, and more love. Sammy's not a man of many words, but just on the smile on his face tells it all. Where the Friendship Circle doesn't offer teachers, doesn't offer medicine, doesn't offer doctors, doesn't offer life skills, and doesn't offer education. It just offers caring, companionship, friendship, and what true love is all about. From the bottom of Sammy's heart and from our family, we thank you so much, Friendship Circle, for all you do and all you continue to do. Love, Sammy and his family.